Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to our Business with Love live talk show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. Welcome back, everybody, and joining me today.
My name is Johan, your personal business coach. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Hope my mic is positioned properly. Yeah,
Yeah, so hope you guys have had a good week. We skipped a week last week.
we did. Yes.
Yeah, due to certain reasons. Yeah,
Yeah. I had
and
to defeat the Hellspawns.
yeah, and it was interesting. The that
Actually, there wasn't much to talk about last week, also.
yeah.
Nothing much. But there's a lot happened during the week last week and yesterday, which was not. I didn't put in the thing.
Yeah, but
Maybe
we
we
can
can talk
talk
about
about that
next
first.
week. Yeah. Huh?
In
What happened
the thing,
yesterday?
how, yeah.
Well, the Pandora Papers came out.
Oh,
Do you know what's the Pandora Papers?
I know what's the Pandora's box.
Yeah. So this is called the Pandora's Papers.
What is the Pandora's papers?
The Pandora. Okay, Pandora is paper come from that Pandora box, which is a box full of
Yeah, like
stuff which
unspoken, unhorror, like
like
horrible
evils and
things.
yeah. So Pandora's paper was released yesterday, and it basically has documentation, financial documentation of almost of a lot of rich like the top rich people in the world's offshore bank account for tax evasion purpose.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's
Like,
very yeah.
why? How did this list even like?
Well,
Who made this
it's
list?
it's really like
Where did
if
it come
you've
from?
watched like oh, I can't remember the name now. I can't remember the name. Oh, Blacklist. Okay, if you watch like the Blacklist, for example, it's literally. Oh, you've been watching Blacklist?
Yeah. So
Okay, so the fulcrum. You know what's the fulcrum?
no,
Not yet.
I know what is a fulcrum in physics, but
Okay,
I don't know what
so
is
there is
the
there
fulcrum.
in the Blacklist. There's something called the fulcrum, which
Okay.
has the files of all the names of the spies around the world,
Okay.
which is valuable to governments.
Yeah.
It's something similar, but financial.
Mm.
And it has been there is yet because it's so new news.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know details yet,
Mm-hmm.
but it is basically a compilation of documents by hundreds of journalists, hundreds of bankers, hundreds of whistleblowers,
Wow.
a collaboration of people around the world who created this document to prove that the richest people around the world are not paying tax and they're
Oh.
avoiding it, which is criminal.
And
It's literally criminal.
it's not. It
Yeah.
doesn't sound that far fetched to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, most
No, but
people.
like it's because it's hard evidence that they have not.
Yeah.
The next big thing people are wondering, like me, is the government gonna take action?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So one of the person that was implicated in this Pandora paper was
Yeah.
Tun Daim. Yeah.
Ooh.
Even our
Down
top
to our
yes
small
every
little
country
speck of Malaysia.
every country around the world, prime ministers, government officials, everybody. Now, who was not on this list? Jeff Bezos was not on this list.
Oh,
Bill
okay.
Gates was not on this list.
I think they're more careful than that.
Elon Musk was not on this list.
How about Mark Zuckerberg?
Don't know. He was not mentioned on this list of not on this list.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I don't know.
okay.
It's really, really fresh news, and honestly, I don't entirely know what's going on yet. Also, so I didn't like want to talk about it today, because we'll see like more developments this week. But
Yeah.
that's like the latest. So many things happened actually over the past 1 week and 1 day.
I thought you were talking about yesterday night when like WhatsApp, Facebook,
Oh,
and
no.
Instagram was down.
I had no idea. I woke up this
Really?
morning and then people are like talking. I saw a meme about how people were rushing to Twitter to find out what's going on Facebook.
Yeah, I
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't get it. I don't get the joke.
the,
Why would people do that? And then later I found out that there was a Facebook and
You
Instagram
didn't
outage.
try to like send a WhatsApp or like
When? No.
yesterday?
No. I was not. I didn't.
It was like the most
time
the
was it?
peak time that people are using social media,
it?
like at night, evening to
Oh,
all the way to
I
like
didn't,
early
I didn't,
morning,
I didn't,
4
I didn't,
a.m.
I didn't. I didn't. I wasn't. I was quite antisocial then during that time.
No,
That's
you're
why
in the stone world or
I was
whatever.
in Chaos Sanctuary, killing Dominion Knights. That's what I was doing.
Yesterday, I was
And-
also playing games,
Okay.
but while I play games, I use my phone
Oh
sometimes.
no, the game I play is not like that.
Yeah.
There is no such thing. There is no break. You just go.
and And so I felt like, wow, I felt blinded. I felt
Yeah, well, it's interesting, right? I mean,
yeah, it was
you all of a sudden it's not accessible to you, and you wonder, like, well, it cannot work sometimes. And then like it's kind of unfathomable, like Facebook not working,
it feels very
WhatsApp not working.
uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
I had like I couldn't talk to a lot of the people that I usually talk to.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
suddenly
Because
I'm
you
like,
wouldn't know their phone numbers also, right?
yeah, yeah. So like I want to talk to Benny. I want to ask her something, right? And then I cannot.
Mm.
I just cannot. Then right, so I don't want a phone call. Phone call is too big, right? Sometimes it's yeah, it's not the social standard to
Yeah,
call
yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah,
You just want to send a WhatsApp. So then we talk on SMS.
yeah.
And then I was talking to one of our friends, our mutual friend, and then we are saying like talking about this, like, oh shit, why cannot? What happened? Are you down also? I'm down also. Then I was like, oh yeah, 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 it's down. Then he's like, oh shit, my whole business is basically Instagram and WhatsApp. And down already how? It's like, oh yeah, oh shit. Yeah, so it's damn funny.
Actually, we talked about that in one of our business with love training about how,
You cannot rely on just one
yeah, you cannot.
platform.
One of the riskiest thing to do is to base your entire business on these platforms simply because you don't own the platforms.
Yeah, yesterday, that's basically what happened.
Yeah,
Luckily,
every
it's
single
for
social
just
media influencer
five
lost their income.
five. There's this eh,
7 billion. Hey, apologize as he learns this. Yeah, but I read this. Oh, 29 billion ringgit. It's
yeah,
ringgit. So
yeah.
7 billion US. Yeah. So actually
Like
it's more. But
in
anyways,
8 hours, he just lost a bunch of cash.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's probably like due to ads not being able to run and
Yeah,
etc.
yeah,
etc.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, that is interesting. That is very interesting. It's a lesson.
Yeah, I
I
tried to
think it's a
post my story, and then I was like, "Hey, why cannot load?" I tried to reply my friend. Like the Omen paranoia. That's what I was like. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Oh,
yeah.
that's crazy.
That is what happened. Yes. Yes, very interesting.
Luckily, still got at least like there's things like YouTube and Twitter that I can like go to and see
Do
what's
you use
going on.
Twitter?
Like I don't
Until yesterday, yeah.
yesterday where I
Yeah.
had to look for something to scroll for
Yeah. For
my addiction
yeah, yeah,
withdrawals.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Where is the scrolling?
So yeah, that is something that happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I did not put that in the topic because I was not so familiar of, again, what actually happened.
I also don't know what happened.
Exactly. There's no report out yet. That's
Yeah.
why. It's too new. The
Yeah,
news
true.
is too new. So we don't have any like development of the story.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Oh,
Maybe next week
also,
we can talk about
I
it.
wanted to mention that you mentioned just now the blacklist.
Yep.
So
Wait,
we
which
no, so we were talking about it last week, right?
Yep.
So I was asking you, because I had nothing to watch recently, so I said, okay, what's a good series to start? And then one of them was Blacklist.
Okay, what's the anime you told me to watch, by the way?
Promise Neverland.
The one where there's a monster,
the
then
small
the
kids.
farm. Yeah. I started watching it.
You watch it
I'm watching it. I'm watching it.
until episode one?
No, like I don't know, like episode 5 or something like that.
Oh yeah. If you can pass episode 3, that means you're kind of hooked.
Yeah. No, it's quite interesting. It's an interesting.
Did you
concept.
like find out what it's about before?
No
Oh,
idea.
that's good. Yeah.
No
I always tell
idea.
people when you watch
But as
this
soon
kind
as
of
I
anime,
found out about the whole farm
Yeah.
concept and everything, I understood
what was it?
what it's
really?
about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about us
It's
farming.
It's basically
animals
like Maze Runner, something like Maze Runner.
is it?
Yeah. Basically, it's like there are like demons outside, and then they farm the kids.
But does Maze Runner have demons outside?
No,
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 Maze
no.
Runner is different.
Yeah, Maze Runner,
Yeah.
but it's like the concept where you're trying to escape.
Yeah. No. The theme. Oh, okay. Well, what I understood, I don't know if this was the intention of the
Author,
the
director.
author. Yeah. It's a reflection of us farming animals.
Oh, I'm
For
pretty
example-
sure that's one of the themes.
Yeah. Like for example, one of the things that reminded of me was caviar. So when we eat caviar,
Yeah.
there is a very big like culture behind it. You know,
Mhm.
and we like there's beluga, there's etc. etc. And when I saw the demons like talking about, oh, it's this guy's special day, we need to make sure we give him a certain kid or
Yeah.
a certain human.
Yeah, the smartest one.
Yeah. For me, it was like that is exactly how we talk about when we talk about food,
Mm.
and it was a reflection on that. Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting. It reminded me of Spirited Away.
Mm.
Spirited Away also has a lot of thematic things like that. For example, have you watched Spirited Away?
No.
Okay, so in Spirited Away, I won't give you any spoilers, but there is something called the River God.
Mm.
So then there's like these shower. There's like a shower, and the riv and the shower. It's a bathtub for gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gods come there to shower.
Mm.
And the river god came to the shower, and it was real dirty
Oh,
and all that.
okay.
But
I
then
think I heard of it
after
before.
the river
Yeah.
god showers, then like he looks really clean. So it's
Mm.
talking about pollution
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that kind of thing. So it was really good to see a meaningful anime like that.
It's
Now,
meaningful, yes.
just let me tell you one more thing.
What?
This is coming from um a healer of sorcerers. Oh, what's the
redo of a healer.
redo of a healer, which was a stupid anime.
It's stupid and it knows it's stupid.
Yeah. Which I was
It's
like,
self-aware.
I was like, the article I read was like it made it interesting.
Yeah.
But then I was like, as I watched it, I was like, this is really like twisted and screwed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but it's fun. It's like, yeah, if you know what you're doing, it can be a fun experience.
yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I watched it. So sorry, I interrupted you about Blacklist. So you're watching Blacklist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's my train of thought? Yeah. So I picked up Blacklist.
Mm.
And it was a very different experience than watching. Usually I watch anime, so it's very different experience.
Yeah.
One episode is like half a movie, basically.
It is basically. Yeah.
It's like 40 minutes to an hour.
That's right.
Right. That's crazy.
That's right.
Right. And I thought, because usually I can power through and like finish a series.
No, you cannot.
No, this one cannot.
You need to be. You need to look at the long term.
This one 24 episodes per season. I was stuck on season 1 for so long. It was crazy. And season 1 was kind of old, so I wasn't a fan of like the whole like that style.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to quickly I peeked a bit at how it looked like on season 8 and okay, it looks very modern on season 8. Okay, I understand. So I just needed to get through the first part. I think in the beginning it was very interesting. Right? The concept was very fresh. And especially what's the guy's name? The villain? Not the villain, the
Yeah.
bald guy.
Wow, I can't remember anymore.
Red Reddington. Yes.
Red Reddington.
Red. Yeah, Reddington.
Red
Reddington.
Reddington,
He
yeah.
was a very interesting. He basically the main character, the girl Elizabeth Keane, is a very boring character.
She is.
She's a very mainstream Dumbo.
Yeah.
But it is Red Reddington that is the guy that makes the story interesting.
There's actually a TV series. I'll tell you the name later.
Is it The Travelers?
No.
Oh. Is it a true crime or like a crime?
It's basically like Blacklist, but minus all the jokes and the lightness about it. There is another one where it's full blown serious.
What, Mindhunters?
No.
Oh.
No. I will look for you. I think that if you like Blacklist.
Wait, I haven't finished my Blacklist
Okay,
story
go
yet.
ahead. Yeah.
So after
let me look for the show while.
So after I watch it, right? After I finish, I think once it reached like season 1 episode 15, like halfway through, it got like my attention span started waning basically because the one thing, this is the reason why I don't like series. It's because yes, I understand. I'm very interested in the overall progression of the story with Elizabeth, the mystery about like who Reddington is to her, her mother, father, who is she really is, her boyfriend, her husband, who is he, and then I'm really interested in those overarching topics. But every episode we have to go through like some monster of the week or some
Yeah.
like some bullshit like that, which I'm very not interested in, right? And it gets so repetitive. By the time it's halfway done, I am just forcing myself through it already.
Yeah,
I just wanna know what's the secret, what's the real story.
Okay, and I agree. When I watched Blacklist, I also felt like it was like a monster of the week kind of thing.
It's so repetitive. I really lost interest.
Yeah, but it did give me a bit of like information on how crime would work. I'm sure it won't be like 100% like that, but the show is called Homeland.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Actually, to me, Homeland was one of the best TV series I watched this year. Was it this year? Yeah, this year. because it really brought that full real spy experience. And a lot of the people in the show are broken. Like they're not like perfect.
Yeah.
Like when you look at Red Reddington, there are a lot of scenes in Blacklist where it's a little like, come on, like you can't do.
Yeah.
That's not possible, you know.
Yeah. I think okay, so the question I need to ask is Homeland in a binge format? Meaning
No,
I don't think
it's not.
Blacklist was meant to be binged like how I binged it.
No.
Because it was probably like AXN every week, right? Kind of style.
No, Homeland is not. It's too heavy. And like it's one of those shows where like you cannot be watching it and eating food at the same time.
Is
You
it?
cannot. Cause like Homeland was especially well written because every and this you see when you look at the director of a TV series versus a movie needs to have something happen quickly in the span of 2 hours, 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But a TV series has to have something happen over the span of 12 hours.
Yeah.
12 times 6 sometimes.
Yeah.
Which means there needs to be a longer character development. There's more space for historical development of the character, etc., etc. So because there's this really big canvas, if the director is not good at drawing the full canvas in that manner, it becomes a boring show. Like Blacklist to me was a good attempt.
Yeah.
But
the concept
yeah,
is good.
but there are still like after watching the whole thing and I watched every single second of it, there are still certain things which I'm like, it could have been done better. Homeland is really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you understand my issue with Blacklist, right?
I
Do you
understand,
think
I agree.
Homeland solves that issue?
Homeland solves that issue because Homeland is very real. They actually like one of the things the directors did was they actually went to hang out with spies and actually find out how does it actually happen. They wanted to replicate the whole thing with a little bit of drama. There's like a bit of Hollywood still going on here and there, which
Is there like a love going on?
there is.
Oh, okay.
But it's different. Like instead of like, oh, man loves woman, it's like the woman loves the man for sake of spying. But when the time comes, she brutally cuts it off.
Okay, it's like
Yeah,
it's basically like the Elizabeth Keen and then the husband, right?
Yeah, but
But that one's kind
that
of
one is still very like towards the end it just becomes like this.
I think I'm just gonna
It
like
just becomes
Google who is Elizabeth Keen's real dad. Is it Red Reddington? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get to season 8. I don't think I'm gonna get to season 8. I read a bit online about how season 8 Elizabeth becomes like a criminal or something.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I'm just gonna like Google it. I can't reach season 8.
Yeah.
This is too much.
But in hindsight, I mean, if you don't enjoy Blacklist now, I don't recommend that you finish it because you're not gonna. There's nothing's gonna change.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Every
stop.
episode is number 154, number 111, number.
Yeah. But I recently watched I'm watching a new one now. Actually, there's a lot to watch now.
Is there?
Yeah, I have a lot. There's one
Every
new
day
one.
I see the same old thing.
Lost in Space. Have you watched this?
No.
This is a crazy TV series. You just watch episode 1 first. If you don't like episode 1, you don't need to watch the whole thing anymore. Yeah, but if you like episode 1, if this is something you like, this is pretty good. Yeah, I was quite surprised. I never.
How
heard
long
of this.
is it?
No, it's like quite long.
Like season 8, kind of long.
Yeah.
You like to recommend all these very
Yeah.
crazy shows.
But okay. So just to wrap up this conversation because I'm really like excited that you're gonna watch some of it. The priority, is, Homeland, Travelers. Did you watch Mindhunters?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, so Travelers, then watch Homeland and Travelers. Watch these two.
Okay.
They are both
In what order? Which one is first?
If you want something more sci-fi, Traveler. If you want something more like spy movie, then Homeland.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah,
I'll give it a try.
I watched both like interchangeably. Like, sometimes I'll continue to watch, and I watch like 3 series at once because I can't because it's very difficult to hold the attention span of one series.
That's
so
the problem of series.
Yeah. Actually, the problem is that we have it all with us. If we had to wait until next week to watch it, then it'll be a little different.
Yeah, maybe. That's why I prefer like movies. Oh, okay. Can we are we okay to talk about all these things?
Why not?
Yeah, okay.
Why not? Yeah.
I watched Shang-Chi.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, how many days
How
ago?
did you watch Shang-Chi?
In the cinema.
What?
So Sunday was a day where I woke up. I went to Desa Park in the morning. I wanted to eat GB, cannot. Line until escalator. I go to the park, so many people. I want to find parking, cannot in my usual spot. I need to go to the back area there. Wow, it's like same thing. Flashback, all the trauma of many people. And then in the evening, I went to 1U. And then, wow, everyone there. Parking lot full, cannot find
Damn.
parking. Then go inside, everyone there. I went to eat, sit down in the restaurant and eat. Waiter, can I order this? He finish, call bill. Then after that, walk upstairs, go to the cinema. Okay, cinema still got like separated seating. But then yeah, I went there
How
and
was
then
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi was okay, I didn't know a lot of things about Shang-Chi.
Oh,
I didn't know who was Shang-Chi
okay.
because I'm not a comic fan,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? I'm not a Marvel fan. I didn't know what the movie was gonna be like. All I know is that I know the main character.
Mm.
He's an actor, but
Mm.
he's also part of the Asian American YouTube community,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And so is Aquafina, which is the other lead, the girl.
Okay.
And then so I watched their stuff lah, so I know roughly who they are,
Uh,
right? On YouTube. So then it's quite nice lah to see like these YouTubers become
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
A-list actors, right?
Yeah.
So I watched it. As soon as the movie started, it starts in Chinese.
Oh.
这是上期，他来自一个村子 something like that. I was like, oh, okay, it's because it's Marvel. I just came off like watching Avengers Endgame, and then suddenly, I hear Chinese spoken, and almost half the movie, I would say like 35% of the movie is spoken in Chinese, right? So if you were to be in the cinema, then you have to
Subtitle, right?
subtitle.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wow,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining because when everyone's watching Squid Game, I'm just listening to. I'm not. I'm not.
oh,
reading it.
you don't watch subtitles?
No.
You can.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. But anyway,
yeah,
keep going.
yeah. So then, after I watched the whole movie, I want to say that wow, I felt like some kind of like cultural awakening.
Okay, okay. Let's talk about Squid Game because
Okay.
every time Korea is, this is not the first time Korea was famous around the world.
Mm.
There is Wonder Girls. Nobody but
Oh,
you.
okay.
You know that one? So that one, there was nobody. There was Wonder Girls.
Mm.
That's where it started. It was a slow, Oh, then there was Winter Sonata. Then there was Gangnam Style, which Psy, Blackpink. So there's Into the Sun. I think there's one show called Descendants of the Sun. So
Oh,
there was
Descendants.
there were so many milestones when it comes to Korean shows. Then there was Old Boy. You know Old Boy?
No,
Old Boy.
I don't watch Korean dramas.
Then there was
for your
what was that?
information.
What was the movie? There
There are
was
plenty of Korean movies.
there
right?
was no, but there was one Korean movie, which made it to like it was a really big hit. Um, I can't remember. Anyways,
But it's different.
sorry. No, it was it's something to do with the rich and the poor. Yeah.
Because I'm sure that in Chinese, like China and like Chinese stuff, there are plenty of like world famous like Chinese
No,
stuff.
but what I was
going
gonna mention is every time Korea's on the map, I feel very proud.
on. Oh.
Yeah, and that is how you would have felt, which is what you're gonna say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but it's because all the other like achievements and accolades done by the Chinese culture throughout history doesn't resonate with me until this one, because this is something that I am I feel strongly about, like Marvel movies, right? It's it's up my alley, right? It's not like Korean drama or like I don't know, like Chinese show movie, which I'm not paying attention to. It's not like something that I'm looking at, but it's like Marvel, something that's so like my generation and me, right?
Yeah.
Then I can see, and the way that they did it was like they made it look so cool for some
Yeah.
reason. And then I have flashbacks to wow, I don't like Chinese food. I don't like Chinese culture. And then wow, I see this like wow, maybe I need to go and watch some Three Kingdoms, man. Wow, they wow, you need to watch it.
Is it?
Yeah, then because I don't want to spoil anyone, but basically it made me feel like wow, when they speak Chinese, I'm like,
Oh, a
wow,
reference to Three Kingdom.
no. But I just like they made it because it's like a kung fu, and then
Okay.
there's like a Chinese village, and then
Okay,
there's a
okay.
bunch of Chinese stuff, like, and then like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
harp playing,
Okay,
like all these
okay.
Chinese influence.
Yeah.
And it's like wow, my culture is like really
Really, that is very
something
rich,
there.
right?
Yeah,
Oh, there's actually another show. There's actually a lot of shows like that. If you really look into Chinese movies, there are a lot of shows which showcase the richness of like the Qing dynasty, the Tang dynasty, which is really, really interesting if you really go into it. Yeah, which is your heritage.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was an interesting experience.
That's good. And I think it's also a reflection of your generation. Because when you look at the actor,
Yeah,
they're bananas. They
yeah. They are Asian Americans.
They're Asian
that
American, yeah.
Second language is Chinese.
Exactly. So that probably also is a certain like you connect to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like like when Eminem first came out, you know Eminem, right? The
Yeah.
rapper. like when Eminem first came out, it was the first time a lot of white people listen to rap music, because they could relate to him.
Mm.
Yeah. So when you see Shang-Chi, is it Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. It's you know that you have that.
And usually when I watch like Chinese shows, I can't understand because their Chinese is very heavily like has a very thick accent. But with this show, I can understand because it's very simple and very clean. It's not like there's not a lot of sure all those. It's
Not
just
no ers.
yeah, no earth. It's very
Yeah.
clean and it's very like modern,
Yeah.
simple Chinese, which I can understand.
是, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was
Wow.
really cool.
Okay. I'm a bit more surprised at the fact that you watched it in the cinemas.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wow, it was good. It was good to finally go back and like experience
Is
what
it?
people were deprived of social interaction. Everyone like opened the gates, man. Everyone fled out like insane. Like it's 9K today? 9K yesterday?
Is it 9K yesterday?
I think it's gonna be 90K.
People are
bet 90K by the end of the year,
but
yeah.
technically, all these people going out are vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
So
technically.
apparently, if you get vaccinated, it's not that you don't get sick. You can. It's not that you cannot get COVID, but it's like getting the cold. You can still get COVID, but you won't die from it.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
like there's a
so-
less chance.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm,
yeah.
okay. All right. So what's today's topic again?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So let's talk
Let's talk about Squid Game since we're on the whole movie thing. The only reason why I wanted to talk about actually let's not talk about this. There was actually a flow to this. Let's talk about the first article.
which one?
Not this one. This one.
Okay. The new population bomb. For the first time, humanity is on the verge of a long-term decline. What does that even mean?
Okay. This is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people actually bothered to read this. But there was an experiment done by a guy, a mouse experiment, a very famous one. You just Google famous mouse experiment on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what they did was they got a bunch of mouse and they created a perfect utopia for the mice.
Mouse or mice?
Mice. For the mice. Okay.
Yeah.
Meaning there was enough food, there was enough space, temperature was good, there were mice mating.
Wait, let me guess. I think I've heard of this. Is it the one where the mice started to like cannibalize each
Yeah.
other?
They start to
Okay.
well
Okay,
yeah,
explain that.
long story short, yes, but it's more than that.
Okay, continue your train of thought.
After like in the beginning, the population
Grew
grew,
as it
but
would.
then what happens is that all of a sudden you start to have like really strange behaviors. So
Okay.
certain mice isolate themselves
Mm-hmm.
and they live alone.
Mm.
They don't even interact at all with others. They collect their food, they sleep, they just live alone.
Mm.
Okay. Certain mice eat each other. Certain mice become homosexual.
Oh yeah.
And
A lot of weird
eventually,
things
yeah, a
start to
lot of weird
happen.
things has happened. And then eventually, the population starts to go down,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just, and then no one reproduces anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happens. They repeated this experiment like over 100 times, and the exact same result came out.
Was there like was there space constraints? Like
No constraint. No constraint. Actually, the population went up and there was ample room for more
more
mice,
mice?
but they stopped reproducing. So after this experiment was done,
Did they try to introduce new foreign mice?
no,
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but they did a lot of variety.
Yeah.
This experiment is actually many years of. They did many different variations. You can go and read about it. But the whole point was, after the experiment was completed, the guy who conducted the experiment concluded that this may be a reflection of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, the point where humanity has enough food to eat, shelter to live, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
These behaviors start to manifest.
Actually, why? Did he find out like why?
No, never found out why. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It was a very strange, and they tried to adjust the parameters to increase the population to make them thrive even more. Cannot. Yeah, they try to give more food, better food, nutritious food. Cannot. Yeah.
But I mean, it's what you call it? I mean, if it says in this title, for the first time, I think in that sense, those clues or those indicators have been around for a long time, right?
No.
There definitely are people that isolate themselves. There are people that are
Oh, yeah.
homosexual.
No,
There are
no, no.
people,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
unless probably not eating each other yet. I don't know, unless this article states that people have started eating each other.
Actually, that is not the bad part of this. The bad part of this is when population of the world declines.
Mm-hmm.
That means in economic terms, the demand curve for the first time is shifting left.
Is it declining? Is the population declining?
Is at a the population is still increasing, but it's increasing at such a low rate that they're actually seeing the curve bend, and there might come a point where it starts declining, where more people die than get born. Because you got to remember that, yeah, people are getting born every second, but people are also dying every second.
Yeah.
So that means the rate of birth is higher than the rate of death, but the rate of death is catching up.
I would assume that
Yeah.
the more modern, technologically advanced, the more like nicer and more safer the society gets, the more educated people are, and the more like stable the economy becomes. I would assume that the birth rate would decline.
Why?
Like a lot of like people my age are like they are like they are advocates of the dink.
Yeah. Please explain to the viewer who does not know what a dink is.
Stands for dual income no kids. Yeah, the dual income no kids life. Yeah,
Yeah.
because kids is like a huge liability. That's how we see it.
No, it's more like this. Kids were seen as a great joy,
Yeah.
or I hate to put it this way, but entertainment.
Oh,
Okay?
is it?
Yeah, it was a entertainment. These days, we already have that. We already have something so fun, so meaningful, so purposeful even, that we don't really see the need to introduce new meaning or purpose into our lives. That's why the significance of having a kid has been eroded. Okay? When you're a farmer, after 3, when you finish farming, there's nothing to do. There's no TV to watch. There's no games to play. There's no phone. Nothing.
You
So
make
what do you do?
kids.
So you make kids. Yeah. And then when you have more
Yeah,
kids, you
that's
got
what
more
my
things
dad
to
says
do.
as well.
Yeah, yeah. But now there's not enough time to watch the TV. There's not enough time.
8 seasons of the
You know?
Blacklist. How am I gonna
Yeah.
finish?
How to consume all the media is so available while you're in bed. You can even have an apparatus hold the phone for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because but that's not the real problem. The problem with this is that once demand starts to decrease, everything is on a downward spiral.
Yeah.
We're producing too much food, there's too many houses, they're farming too much. There's just too much of everything.
Yeah.
And when there's too much of everything, price goes down, people lose money, and all these bad things happen. typical economics will tell you that the demand curve has to be strong. Demand has to be strong for business to thrive. But when demand is not strong, business cannot thrive. When demand is strong, quality of business also increases. Why? Entrepreneurs are more challenged, so they want to go when like Malaysia. Oh yeah, talk about it. So when Malaysia Airlines was the only airline around, they didn't care about the quality of their airlines until they start to have competition.
Yeah.
When competition like wow, then got what like the price go down.
When did AirAsia start?
AirAsia started a lot long after MAS, but
2000 what? Was it 2000?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Oh.
don't know. But the point is, population decline is bad news. Now, there is a conspiracy theory whereby there are a group of very powerful people who felt that population control was necessary.
Oh, who's this group of people?
We
Does it
don't
start
know.
with an I and end with an I?
I don't know. I don't know. But it's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And that is why the coronavirus was released
Yeah.
to control the population.
Oh, is this because of the coronavirus or no? It's just
No,
like,
it's because. Oh, you mean the declining population?
yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't. It's
No,
no.
I think it's a combination of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that more things kill people than the coronavirus. If we
Yeah,
really
yeah,
looked
yeah.
into it,
Yeah.
if we really looked into it, there are other causes of death which are
much
like
more.
terminal
Yeah.
than coronavirus.
Right.
But go to the next article. This is an article saying that on the Chinese what day? Chinese Memorial Day or something like that.
Didn't say.
Yeah, so basically what happened was, imagine that we are living our lives and
Mhm.
Singapore sends 20 odd fighter jets above our country,
Okay.
declaring that Malaysia belongs to Singapore.
Greatest joke ever.
Yeah, imagine if that happened. That's exactly what happened.
What?
Well, except not with Singapore and Malaysia,
But
but
with
with Taiwan and China. China sent 24 fighter jets to Taiwan, above Taiwan directly. Basically saying you belong to us.
well, China, a bit out
Quite
of
gangster.
control recently.
Quite gangster, yeah.
Someone needs to slap the China on the wrist a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know who's gonna do that. But this was a real gangster move. Real gangster move. And this is where the Big Brother thing comes in, like Taiwan, because have you been to Taiwan?
No.
Taiwan is a very open country.
Okay.
Very open, it's like a mix of Japan and China.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
they've
like
got,
a very
they've got
cool
that.
place.
It is. Personally, if I spoke Chinese, Taiwan is one of those places where it's very good to live. Food's great, very modern. A lot of technology is born in Taiwan. It's a great place for nerds as well because there's a lot of tech there. But Taiwan was able to produce those kinds of innovations precisely because they had the freedom to do so. They didn't have a big brother watching over them. Now you look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong was also like that. But cut a long story short, you look at Hong Kong today, it's no longer Hong Kong. It's just part of mainland China now.
Yeah.
They're even going after Li
sad.
Ka-shing. But go to the next slide, which is Squid Game. Squid Game is actually a representation of all these things combined. Whereby in a system, there's a scene in this show where in order to cut out the piece, there are some ridiculous things that they have to do or they end up doing. And
Yeah.
and because I do this ridiculous thing, but because I do this ridiculous thing, I can solve my problem. Everyone starts to follow that person and does this ridiculous act. Okay, and it was kind of like a reflection on people will do anything to make money.
Yeah, people will do anything to make money.
Even if it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
As long as enough people do it,
Yeah.
you will start to believe that it's actually not ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
for sure.
And that kind of thing, and the thing is, that ridiculous behavior was created by the game. So who created the game?
Yeah.
So that's the whole theme of the thing. Who controls the game?
Yeah.
And why was the game created? And what purpose does the game serve to the people who created it? You know? And I don't want to spoil it to you.
I'm
If you watched it, then
okay. I might watch
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'll
yeah. But
probably watch it.
anyways, when you listen to why the creator created the game, it will give you perspective on like why like is the world really like that? Is it really run that way? You know, at the top level, is it really, you know, is it really like that? So, and if it is, there is a very a lot of reflection for people to do with regards to their opinion about money, because
Mm.
that's what Squid Game is basically about. It's about money.
Ooh.
So this ties in very well with Squid Game, with the whole population decline, the coronavirus, and China trying to take over Taiwan. It's this whole government control over people's lives, a few people determining the fate of the world,
Mm-hmm.
or dogmatic belief in a certain philosophy
Yeah.
and taking action to execute that. In Marvel language, it's
Thanos.
Thanos. Yeah. So actually, when I listen to Thanos, to a part of me kind of agrees with
Yeah,
Thanos.
that's what makes him such a good villain.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes Squid Game or coronavirus, if there's really a group of people who, you know, created this disease, that's what makes this Thanos kind of characters uh lethal.
Mm.
Joker from Batman,
Yeah.
the is also another character like that, who is evil not because they're evil, but because they legitimately believe that the world should be run that way. They have their reasons.
Like when you listen to all those people in Mindhunters, all the serial killers.
Yeah, exactly. The way they think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
it's
call it criminal, but
yeah, but to them it's
like, I
their
mean,
way of life.
exactly,
It's truth to them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was what happened last week. That was what was going through my mind. And now that the Pandora papers are coming out, it's just like adding to the whole shenanigans of, you know. I didn't even talk about how China just banned cryptocurrency
Oh, what did they
outright.
ban out this week? Cryptocurrency.
They banned crypto outright. All crypto is illegal in China. Yeah.
Sheesh.
So the Bitcoin price went down for a while. Then it shot back up. Yeah.
China
Yeah,
was
because
like,
Chinese people found a way to buy it again. Yeah. So that's basically
I think Malaysia is gonna ban crypto soon.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I don't
they
think so
banned Binance.
unless powerful people, because a lot of powerful people own crypto.
Oh yeah,
So the
yeah.
powerful people won't let that happen.
True, true.
Yeah. I think
Hopefully.
in China what happened was not enough powerful people were owning crypto. So what happens is they make a policy to, you know, prevent those things from happening.
Yeah.
When you look at like Jack Ma, Alibaba, and all this, government had no doing in it. There was no nationalistic glory.
Mm.
So that's why they, you know, that's why they don't care. You know? So but what does this mean for us? If you for those of you who have not watched Squid Game, I mean, I don't really want to recommend you watch it, because it's quite gory. Okay.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite gory and bloody. But if you are okay with that, then you can watch it.
Why is the name called Squid Game?
So the name is called Squid Game because there's actually a game called Squid Game
Oh.
in Korea.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yes, like for example,
What do they call it in Korean?
오징어 게임.
What?
오징어 게임.
I'm not gonna try. Okay, move
오징어
on.
게임. So 오징어 게임 is like saying chess in Korea
Oh, okay.
or Monopoly. You know, that's what it means. But when you say it in English, it's really weird.
Oh,
But in Korean, it's 오징어 게임, which, you know, even I played 오징어 게임 when I was in school.
what is Ojinoke?
오징어 게임? You will learn when you watch the show.
Oh, it's
It's
not
like you draw
different?
lines. You draw lines on the ground.
What, hopscotch?
Kinda like hopscotch. It's kind of like, but it's a little more sophisticated than that because you gotta go from. So you draw the lines in such a way that it looks like a squid.
Okay.
And like there's a
Mhm.
it, and I am trying to go through the it.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I have two levels I need to go through. So the first level is I can only walk on one leg. But when I go through the first level, then the second level I can walk on two legs. But I have to go through the it. And so then it becomes like a struggle.
Sounds so complicated,
Yeah,
just
and
like
if I
Korean
get to the
people.
head of the squid, if I get to the head of the squid, then I win.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's called a Squid Game. It's called original
Uh,
game. Actually, in all the 100% of all these games, I played when I was in like even before like primary. I was playing with my friends. Even the paper one, I also play. I have big, small, medium sized ones. I had ones with shiny one. It's a bit more
so
expensive.
would you participate in the Squid Game in
Probably not.
in this one?
No, probably not. Knowing what I know, probably not. Yeah, because you will no.
How much
No,
money?
I'm not the right candidate. Actually, you see, you haven't watched it. That's why you don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the right candidate for this game.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah,
is a
yeah, yeah.
specific type of
Yeah,
candidate.
I watched a bit.
Yeah,
I watched like when my girlfriend's watching.
yeah,
I just look behind there
yeah,
and
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. There's a specific candidate. If
Yeah,
you're
it's
of
all
that
in depth,
candidate,
you know.
yes, people
Oh,
who
okay.
are
Maybe like 3 years ago, you would you
no,
still know?
no,
Okay.
no, no. I I know for sure because there was a time when I would have done anything to make money.
At what point would you like,
Early 20s.
or like at what? How much in depth would you need to be to
No matter
consider?
how much debt I was in, I wouldn't do it.
Oh,
Mm.
only when you were in the early 20s you would
I would have
consider.
had the guts to do it because I
Oh,
don't know any better. That's why. Because I don't know any better in my early 20s. Yeah. But in my but knowing what I know and it's a little different in business with love with me because my mindset I understand the philosophy of Squid Game, but I don't agree with it.
mm-hmm.
Like it is entertaining and to a certain extent I mean it applies to a lot of people, but I refuse to let that principle dominate my life. Yeah, and for that reason, it's very easy for me to tell you that I won't participate because I don't need to.
I
You know?
think if
Yeah.
I had a chance to participate, I think I would say no. Not because I wouldn't do anything for money, but because I would be too scared.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me
I'd
too. I don't
definitely
have
be
the
too
guts.
scared, dude.
Yeah, I don't have the. I
It's
don't have
too
the.
crazy.
That's right. It's too crazy.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. But however, there are a lot of people I imagine who would do it,
I think you really have to like be in a state where you have nothing left to lose.
or you're just that
Just
kind of person.
just gangster
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
just gangster like that. Yeah, you're just gangster like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tantan that big. Yeah. So tantan is balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it is. So how is this related to us in Malaysia?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of people complain about the.
Mm.
A lot of people complain about tax. A lot of people complain about how our government sucks and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, actually every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people complain.
You know
But
they're gonna add this feature in My Sejahtera for people to
yeah, yeah,
complain.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know.
I wonder one day I try to check in, right, and then the app cannot load because
Yeah,
the server
yeah.
overload.
So which ties into our Big Brother theme. It's making everyone into a surveillance camera. It's making every phone into a surveillance camera. This is, to me, I don't know the answer. There are so many movies and books that have been written which proposes the potential danger of doing this. One of the classic books is 1984 by George Orwell. Have you read that book before? 1984 by George Orwell is a classic about Big Brothers. Okay? And it talks about the dangers of there's another book called The Giver. So all these books written, they were written uh years ago. But it basically talks about that. So um is it right or wrong? I don't know. But as a citizen who is living in these times, I think it's worth for people to be aware of what's going on, at
Mm.
least. You don't have to panic. You don't have to, because I mean, what are you gonna do?
Has there ever been a time
Leave
in
Earth?
human history where the population rate flattened or declined?
Apparently, it was one of the times when I think it was a Spanish flu.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay.
one of the plagues where it almost made that happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
but never like has it ever declined before?
maybe during we don't know because like maybe during those times when maybe during those times when there was like a world war, maybe,
Yeah, probably, but
maybe
not by like this experiment type of.
not because people were too well fed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's special.
So
No
so
one's
so is
killing
this
you.
like the end of the world?
Yeah, no one's killing you. Nothing's killing you. We're just not producing. That's what makes it so.
So is this like the end of the world kind of situation? Should we like go out and start like stripping naked and running
No, that's what I'm
around?
saying. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, because if it was the end of the world, if it was the end of the world,
Yeah.
um, there's nothing you can do.
It's probably not gonna be happening in our
Yeah,
generation.
you might as well just keep living your life until you can't. You know.
Yeah.
But but the whole point. I mean, as a business person,
Should you be worried as a business person?
kind of. Yeah.
Is it like a
You
imminent
if you're a small time like SME, probably not. But if you are a big company like Facebook or Amazon, maybe. Yeah, because the world is your customer,
Mm-hmm.
and now your customer base is decreasing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
But I would assume that isn't it it's like it's short-term pain but it's long-term benefit because
you see, you're talking like Thanos now. You see, I understand that, but
I mean like if you see on the flip side of things, you can see all the pollution, you can see the ozone, you can
yeah,
see
I get
oxygen
that.
levels,
I get that.
you can see overpopulation,
yeah,
wildlife, all the cute
Well,
little
I get-
koala bears
yeah,
without
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
homes.
agree. I get it, and I guess in a certain sense, you're right. The problem with Thanos is that he thought, yeah, everything is fine with his philosophy except one thing. Who gave him the right to choose who dies and who lives?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, overpopulation is an issue. If it is, I don't know. But who gave you the right to go and do something about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have the right to take people's lives. That's wrong.
But now it's of
But
natural
now,
causes.
yeah, exactly. No one's doing that.
Mm.
It's kind of like happening naturally. So maybe it's okay.
And I would assume
Yeah.
that even if like the our population keeps increasing, there would be a singularity point where it's like overpopulation, right?
Theoretically, yes. But,
Yeah.
again, I mean, it's a beginning. We need to watch it. We need to watch this because if it does it mean
And what are the supporting evidences and articles for that particular article?
probably the census of the country. You know what the census?
No.
Oh, a census is an exercise that a government does to count people.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the census.
Actually, how come when I Google I know how many people is in each country? How
Oh,
do they track?
because they have a record of
Birth cert
number
lah.
of IC. You know, you just
Oh.
count how many ICs are there in Malaysia. Very simple. That's how many
Yeah.
people you have.
Then why do you need
And
the
the IC got
census?
the female, male, got the date of birth. So many data.
Then why do you
available.
need this census thing? What's the census?
Now we don't need a census because we
Oh.
have something called a computer.
Mm.
But before the computer, we had to do a census. What they will do, Nigel, is that they will send you a mail to your house, and you need to
You
write
experienced this
in the
before?
mail. No, I actually did not. I think
Oh.
my mom and dad would have done it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because by the time I grew up, there was computers. But you write down there how many people in your family, how many daughters, how many sons, how old are you? You know, they got a few other questions. What's your income? And then you have to send it back to the government.
Mm.
Yeah, like in the US, they did it that way. It's called the census. Long time ago, like in Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
they did the same thing, except people will go around and literally count. Yeah, and come
Oh,
back, which was
okay.
highly inaccurate, but they still did it.
Yeah.
It's called the census.
Yeah.
There are many biblical and Quranic references to a census being performed because the king had to determine how many soldiers they're going to produce from the population.
I mean, it's good.
They need to
information.
allocate-
It's
yeah.
valuable information
Yeah.
as a king.
Yeah. So you need to allocate people to do farming. You need to allocate people to defend the country. You need to allocate people to become government king servants. I mean, they gotta
Yeah.
manage, right?
Yeah.
So you can't do that without numbers. So that's why they had this census system. It's a bit of history lesson for you. Yeah. Yeah. But now it's all automatic. I mean, every time you go and register somebody, it's already counted. You know, you just press a button and you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your thumb.
Yeah. So countries like North Korea, for example, you
Uh-huh.
don't know because they're
Oh.
not in the system.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, you cannot know
They
you
will
Google North
they
Korea.
report it. They
Oh.
report it. But how do you know it's true? Like for example, China purports that no one's in poverty in China. How you know it's true?
I know it's not true.
Yeah, So like you just that's why these statistics, but a country like US, maybe. UK maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're a little more transparent than these countries.
Mm.
Yeah. So the whole point of today's life, if there's anything to learn, is this: keep an eye on the population. When an entrepreneur goes to another country, one of the first questions they ask is what? If you're a seasoned international entrepreneur, one of the first questions you ask is, what is the population of that country? And that will automatically determine whether you want to do business there or not. Why do Jeff Bezos recently invested in an e-commerce platform for the first time in Asia, in Indonesia? Why not Malaysia? Why not Singapore? Why Indonesia?
Because we are so tiny.
Because of population.
Yeah.
So population equals demand. Demand sets price and quantity in economics. Strong demand, high price, high quantity. Rate of increase in population equals longevity of business. That is the conclusion of today's FB Life. And if the more you're aware about population and demographics, you're able to think more macro as an entrepreneur. Yeah, this is something I learned from my dad. He always
Wait, didn't you study economics? It's not something you learn in school?
I did, but my dad told me the philosophical part, but economics taught me. He didn't say like the demand curve or price or quantity. He said, as long as there are more people, houses will always sell. He said it like that.
Yeah.
But in economics, you learn that there is something called demand and supply. All things consistent. If demand increases, price and quantity increases, right? Yeah. So if there's a big population, everyone has to eat.
Yeah.
Food will sell. Everyone has to wear something. Clothes will sell. Everyone has to go to toilet. Every single human has to do these things. How many percent of the population is men? If primarily men, you do blades, shaving cream, because everyone's gonna grow hair on their face, unless it's an Arabic country where they don't shave.
Yeah.
I mean, all these
No, then you
things
can sell
come in.
beard oil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess beard oil. Okay.
Beard comb.
So that's the topic for today, and that's why population decline overall is bad news for every business around the world, because there's less customers to sell to.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. And so, if your country's population is decreasing, the patriotic thing to do is to make a baby. Okay?
So
Theoretically, that's that's a very communist regime. If we were to do that, like give like
force people to
yeah.
have babies.
I don't think a country would force, but that would be very difficult. But incentivize, like every time you have a baby, you get money.
Malaysia very famous for doing this, right?
So man, you get money if you have baby, man.
Huh, only
I
you
don't
are,
think
not
so.
me.
Yeah. Okay, so that's about it for today. Yeah.
So Venom coming up.
Is it?
Let there be
Wow.
carnage. So are you we can go watch cinema?
I don't know.
We watched the first one together, right? Remember?
Did we?
Yeah. We watched the
Oh.
first Venom together. We
I
watched
mean,
it, right?
I used to go cinema, but I don't know. I'm so comfortable at home now, to be honest.
So?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Shang-Chi sounds interesting.
Shang-Chi is
Maybe I'll go and watch it.
great.
Maybe.
Shang-Chi, the CGI, I was very like
If you say it's good, I believe it.
the
I mean,
story
yeah.
is like the most 5 out of 10 thing in the world. Is mid.
Oh.
But because of the Chinese thing, that's what I resonate with. Okay, fine. Yeah, it has value. And the CGI, the cinematography, which something that I personally can relate to and I can appreciate a bit more than the casual viewer. When I see like how they 120 FPS zoom, then the thing fly there. Then when they shoot the thing, I come out like that. Then I can really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's the two things basically that made Shang-Chi very interesting for me. Yeah. But the person that I went to watch with, which is my girlfriend, she was like, she told me she almost fell asleep halfway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you could be that group of people, or you could be, yeah. I told her, my cultural awakening stuff, and then she
Mm.
just like roll her eyes. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll think about it whether to watch it or not.
Yeah,
And maybe
okay.
I don't think I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Let's wrap it up.
My name is Johan Shah, your personal business coach, coming at you and Facebook Live.
Remember to follow us on our socials. Apparently, we have some viewers now.
We have,
We have
yeah,
viewers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Please,
Hello
just
to all you new viewers
just
out there.
write a comment so that we know, say
Yeah.
hi or
Leave a
something.
comment, leave a like.
Yeah,
It will
yeah,
encourage us more.
yeah. We
It's
really
meaningful.
appreciate it, so that,
Yeah.
we get more.
So follow
Yeah.
us at these socials.
Yeah. Next
over
week we will
here.
talk about the outages of Facebook and Instagram. We're gonna talk about the Pandora Papers.
Check out our website
Definitely.
www.businesswithlove.
Yeah, where you want to buy merchandise.
Check out our
Resonating.
YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah.
If you wanna watch replays of this
Previous
live
talks. Yeah.
in a bit more higher quality,
Mm.
you can go to www.youtube/businesswithlove.com.
Yep.
Yes, I think that's the right URL. But
Yep.
basically, just YouTube us.
Mm.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
Announcements?
But
No?
but join us next week. Interesting topics.
Yeah. So see you guys next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.